past weekend we saw Sunderland rip through Russell Martin's Southampton side, but how did Tony Mowbray do it? Today we're going to be taking a tactical look at how this very young Sunderland team took apart the Saints. Mowbray set the side up in their typical 4-2-3-1 with the two wide men and Barton Clark being exceptionally fast, very creative and excellent one-on-one. We then saw something slightly different with Joe Bellingham leading the line. However, he did this role to pretty much perfection. The obvious goal of placing Joe up top was to really exploit his physical presence, and as we see here, he does this by holding up the ball brilliantly. He was the sort of out for Sunderland when they were placed against this very high-pressing, aggressive Southampton team. Which, as we see in this frame here, they press extremely high and try shut off them fullbacks from receiving the ball, and also try and cut off the wide passing lanes. But with Job up top, he could offer that foundation for the attacking talent around him to really flourish. If they were under immense trouble, a long ball up to the massive Joe Bellingham kind of got them out of it. I mean, let's just look at the second goal here. Bellingham occupies three defenders here and creates that opportunity for Abdul-Jabbar, who's extremely creative and diverse when put against his defender, to get on the ball and kind of create something for Sunderland. I mean, so far this season, Barr's averaged 3.5 shot creating actions per 90. Now, if we look at the defensive phase of the Mowbray team, it is super aggressive, and as soon as the Southampton players breach the halfway line, they are absolutely hounded. As we see here, Southampton make their way into the Sunderland half, and Adozie is instantly surrounded in order to make it so difficult for him to find the next move, and thus limiting the Saints' style of passing, which allows them to dictate games. Now, I think this is really important, as much as it is somewhat risky by throwing three players onto one man at times, creating that opportunity for the space to come, but if you do it this well and make sure you're winning the ball when it happens, it's high risk, high reward. And against a team like Southampton, who can really exploit you if you do stand off them, it's a brilliant tactical play by Mowbray. Moving on to the high pressing, and as you expect, it's a flat 4-4-2 when out of possession, with Bradley Dack pushing on to support Joe Bellingham, with the two holding midfielders, Ekwa and Daniel, stepping up slightly to try and prevent the outball to one of the Southampton midfielders, which are crucial to their game plan. Honestly though, I just want to say how valuable Joe Bellingham is in this press. He was absolutely brilliant. He led the line by himself. He got himself about even when they were out of possession and when they were in possession. He made the game completely hell for Mason Holgate and Jan Bednarek. Moving forward now though, and looking at them attacking tactics, it's nothing too new for the Black Cats. Since promotion, Sunderland have been known for their free-flowing, easy on the eye attacking football. And despite the misleading stats from Saturday's game, they did carry on this style of football. What I really liked was how quickly Southampton were able to transition from back to front. I mean, if we look at the first goal here, it's a Southampton corner in which the ball is launched forward and retrieved by Abdul-Jabbar, who does brilliantly to retain possession and keep the move alive. Trey Hume then delivers a perfect ball, and within 3 passes, Sunderland have scored. It was the perfect counter-attack. But as well as being very good in transition against an already open team and hitting them on the break, Sunderland were very, very good at finding different ways to beat the press. Playing passes into the open space on the pitch in which the creative midfielders just left completely open is incredible. And I suppose seriously poor from Southampton. 6 players commit here to the press and do it almost half bothered. I mean, it was far too easy to just play through the middle of the pitch. And Sunderland did exploit that, and doing so, they did it very, very well and found so much joy from it. But now I really want to zoom on a specific player in Pierre Ekwa. Really hope I said his name right. He really, really is that destroyer, which is so important when playing a possession-based team like Southampton. He is excellent at breaking up play, shown by his 4 tackles and 3 interceptions during the game, yet he is also very solid on the ball and offers brilliant ball retention, which for me in this creative Sunderland side is again very, very key. He completed 82% of his attempted passes on Saturday, and to be honest, majority of them were just short passes keeping the game ticking, but that's still so valuable. On top of this though, Ekwa also offers the ability to play out of tight areas in the first phase of the game. If we look here, he has his back to goal, but one drop of the shoulder and he's gone, linking up the play from a solid back 4 to, as I said earlier, the very creative assets in the team. And on top of all these brilliant traits which suit playing in the pivot role, he also scored 2 goals, so I'm sure he'll be absolutely buzzing. Honestly though, this Sunderland side look very promising, look full of talent. I know it's young, it's maybe a little bit too young, but when it clicks like it did on Saturday, they will be devastating for many teams, and I doubt Southampton will be the first to hold so many goals at the Stadium of Light. If we look at Southampton though, lads, it was an off day. Southampton will get better. When they play at St Mary's, I'm sure it might be a different game. You can't discredit Sunderland, were absolutely brilliant. If you have enjoyed today's video though, then make sure you go check out this one right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.